he probably has to get it fixed.
What can you tell us about Carson Tinker then?
Well, the good stuff is that I think he worked 6 games with J-My, and so they've been together before, and so he's got background there. So that really helps, just in the kind of the assurance that we're going to be okay and all that. And he looked great. It wasn't like we didn't skip a beat. So he's a pro. You can tell. Played a lot of football.
It's kind of an odd week with coming off the weekend off, and then you got Monday game. It's just sort of a weird long.
Yeah, it's like a bowl game, and you have so much time to get ready. There's just tons of time, and I always like those preparations. It seems like it's been going longer than that, but it is unique, and we're stretching it as much as you can stretch it.
In the offseason, were the Seahawks considering other options at the quarterback position, like trading for Baker or Jimmy Garoppolo, stuff like that, or the plan all along was to have a competition between Gino and Drew?
Yeah, what our kind of standard answer to that is we're always looking and listening and watching and seeing what's going on. We never stop that. But we set our sights on this, on the matchup that we had, and wanted to see it through, and so we did that. But we're always competing now, so we're, we don't ever turn away from an opportunity.
How did Boye Mafe get through the week?
He did great. Yeah, he's full go.
And Sidney Jones, was there any ill effects?
Sidney's ready to roll. He's ready to roll. We got him listed as questionable. He's run around. He looked incredible 2 days ago, moving, and so he's questionable.
Damian Lewis, or is he?
He's in that same category. He practiced some and got some stuff done. So he's really close to being ready to go. So he's questionable also. It was just all part of the injury. It got torqued a little bit and was basically an ankle, but that got wrenched a little bit as well.
You talked early in the week about the challenge of not making too much of this week, all the hype around it. Now that you've gone through a week of practice with the young guys in particular, how have you seen them handle that?
John, I wouldn't want to go down and say like we didn't want to make too much of it. We want to make everything that it is, and to me there's a little difference in how I say that, because every game calls for everything that we could possibly go to get ready and all of that, and that's what this one has gone to again. There is other stuff along with it because it's the opener. Okay, you only get one opener, and it's a Monday nighter. That's a big deal too. That's fun. We've talked about the Monday night thing for we have guys on all different levels of experiencing or not experiencing or yet to experience Monday night, and to make sure that everybody was clear that it's okay to feel like you feel. The young guys, Monday night, they've been growing up their whole life looking at it, and so but we have to deal with it properly, and so that's what the process has been about. We'll see how we do.
What would you say that's the main difference between playing Monday night and Saturday afternoon?
There is no difference. That's a good point. There is no difference. It's as soon as you flip the coin, you kick it off. It's football, and but you can make it into something different, And we understand that there's more people watching and all that. Well, how's that going to affect you, And should that affect the way you play, And we don't think it should. So we want to treat it just like every other opportunity, like it's the max that it could possibly be, and that's our language for dealing with it. So we're trying to find consistency in all situations, regardless of who you're playing or where you're playing or what everybody thinks is at stake and all that. Because when you're playing, none of that stuff matters. That has nothing to do with anything. We don't make any decisions based on that kind of stuff, and we don't want the players to do that either. So that's the discipline. Can you hold it? Can you hang on to it?
You mentioned the alpha build-up. It's really an off-season full of us asking all these questions. Now it's here.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like that it's finally your time to make up?
Yeah, I would just leaving the practice field, just made a quick mention to the guys. We've been at this for a long time, and it's finally arrived. And so the wait is over, all but. And it's an opportunity to look back and be grateful for all of the work that we've had, and the guys that you worked with, and the guys you've grown with, and the stuff we've learned, and all that. And that's really where I feel right now. I feel like we're there and we're ready, and really we're primed for this thing to start up.
How ready do you feel like the two young tackles are?
We took them as far as we could take them. They've had tremendous work throughout since they've been with us. They've had a ton of work. They played a lot in preseason for obvious reasons, and we consciously, rolled them through the matchups, that they could have, the different style of players and things like that, to try to give them as much background as possible. So they're ready. They're ready to roll, and they will get better as they go. There's a lot for them to learn, and I think the main lessons will be that I can handle this. That I'm okay, and so they look like it, and we're anticipating them to play well.
Is Russell Wilson a lifetime friend? You think someone you always
Sure.
stay close to?
Yeah, it's like all our guys. It was great to see Marshawn on the field. I didn't get to talk to him yet, but he was out today, and Richard was out, and Cliff was out. I anticipate, with all of the time we've spent together, that there's always going to be a relationship with our guys, and there's nobody to single out in that one. Everybody's the same in that regard. They gave us everything they had, and I gave them everything I had, and I could never ask for more. And so it's a bond that comes to you that I was very fortunate and grateful for all of those experiences and the background, and I'd love to see when they feel good about returning. And most of our guys do.
Did you re-emphasize that this offseason? It seems like more are coming back more often. Or is
No, I didn't emphasize it any more than normal. I think they're excited to be around, and guys like it here. They like being here. They like being in the area. A lot of our guys like living here, and when they come back, there's a lot of friends here and all that. So it's a real good visit for a lot of people, and so guys have stayed close. We really do welcome that too, of course.
What's the main thing you expect from Gino in his first game to start this year?
I expect him to be really solid. I expect him to run the offense just like he's been doing it all along. I think he's well experienced. He's been around a long time. He'll be poised about it, and he's in command of it. And he's seen a lot of the looks throughout the time we've been together in this camp, and so he's ready to go. I expect him to play well.
Do you expect Artie to need certain?
No.
Will he play?
I think we have him as doubtful. It's a long ways to get back from that. Usually, doubtful means you. I don't know. Well, you can mean whatever you want with it, but he's a long ways from getting out there.
Is Alton's a long-term concern, or?
Possibly, yeah. We're talking about that now, trying to determine what's necessary for him.
Who was that? That was a strain, you said? What happened to Alton's knee?
Who are we talking about?
Alton's knee? What was that again?
He sprained his knee, and there's just we're not quite sure if he's ready to work through it or if he needs some work on that. That's what we're trying to determine. It's right, could go either way.
How would you evaluate the development of the rookies in the defensive side of the ball, such as Boye Mafe and Kobe Bryant and such?
Yeah. Around here, the guys have been in. That's a real setup the way you ask that. But in due all respect, I'm not going to approach the way I normally would answer that, which would the defensive work. I'll give a guy first day, second day. The young guys have done really well. Kobe has been all over the field throughout the time he's been there, and he's been very versatile and really has made a big impression on everybody. He can play, and we love the stuff that he brings. Mafe has done really well. Unfortunately, missed a week in here, but he looked great this week, so he's back and ready to go again. Remember, he had a couple sacks, had a couple good pressures, and other than that, has really taken to rushing the quarterback. And that size and speed that he brings, he's going to play. He's going to be in there and get some chances. So, of course, the tackles, they're doing great. We're just going to have to wait if we don't get Kenny out this week for another week, and we'll see how that goes. But he's going to be a fantastic part of this team, and there's no doubt. Probably maybe the biggest surprise is how far Tariq Woolen's brought it. And to this point, he's had a fantastic camp. I've been really impressed with his makeup and his calmness and poise about handling stuff and handling the people he's gone against. Has not been shaken at all. And so it's a fantastic group. It's a fantastic group, and they might not all show you everything right now. It's going to take some time to get everybody where they can contribute on a regular basis. But by mid-year, these guys are all going to be a factor.
Where is Daryl Johnson
He's playing outside backer, and he's rushing as an inside guy too, and he can play 5 technique. He's been really versatile. We right the first day he played 3 different spots, and we threw him around in there, and he showed he's really a good fundamental player. He's got really good feet and hands, and good feel and sense. This is a guy, and I probably mentioned it before, that he contributes on special teams. He covers kicks and covers punts, and he can do all of that stuff. He's done it in the past. That's really out of the ordinary for a guy that's 260 plus pounds. And he just has good sense and feel and awareness and all that. So that's a versatile guy that has really captured our attention right off the bat. So he's going to be a part of this game. It's a really good pickup.
Sorry, is it something about their skill sets that make Deep better suited for punts and DJ better suited for kickoffs?
Not necessarily. No, Michael. Not necessarily. They're different athletes and different style, kind of way they play the game. But we're just trying to bring Eskridge along. He feels like he's a first-time rookie, is what it feels like. He doesn't feel like he's really a seasoned vet at this point. He's missed so much time this year. We kind of started over with him. He's looked great in practice. He's doing everything. He's available in the kicking game to return and all of that. But last year, I think if you guys check our numbers, I think we had the best starts in the NFL last year. And so that has to do with being a really efficient kickoff return team, and DJ was right in the middle of all that. And so we like that facet, and if we can improve on that, then we're really going in the right direction. But we have guys that are competing for return time.
We didn't get to see Marquise get one in the preseason, but I mean, where is he kind of totally all back and fit in?
Yeah, he is. He's an exciting football player. He's always been noted to be, because he's so fast. He really is still fast. He's fast. So I talk about the fastest team we've had. That's part of it. I mean, he adds to already that Tyler and DK can fly and Eskridge can fly. Well, this guy he's got wings. He can go. And so he also is experienced. He's been around a long time, and he runs really good routes, and he's a really good communicator. He helps young guys and all that. I mean, he does a lot of stuff. And he and Sanjay have a good working relationship from other places, and he's just been a real asset. I know you haven't seen him at all, but he's a factor, and we're not going to miss that factor. We're excited about it.
You mentioned many times that this is the fastest team you've had. Was that the way the draft and signings fell, or was that a priority to make?
To me, it's always a priority. It's always the faster the better. We're looking for strongest, fastest makeup of the players. And I don't care about how much guys weigh in terms of how big they are. I care about how fast they are and how well they can move. And so, but this just has come together in that way. When you got offensive tackles that run 4.9, that gives you a chance to really pick up your speed. We're fast on the edge coming off, on the defensive side of the ball. The DBs can run, corners can run. Josh Jones is really fast and plays really fast, and so he adds in too. And so when you put it and now that you've seen Penny's 232. Oh man, he's just right. He's just right, and he's fast as heck. And so is Kenneth. And so Kenneth might be a little bit faster than Rashad. So it just seems like every part of our game seems faster. And so I'm calling on it, and hopefully we'll see the factor in special teams and in a lot of ways.
Does that change how you call and Shane calls games?
Well, we try to always use our guys, so we're trying to use our guys to what they do best. So, it's part of the thinking. It has been forever. It's really good to throw deep balls to DK and Locke, because they're really fast, so we like that.
Thank you.
All right, see ya.